Another senior athlete preview. This time it's boys soccer. This is all brought to you by Hobby Habit right here in the Grande. 411 for go check him out. Hobby Habit, just for the fun of it. He's a senior. He's a soccer player. He's the captain. Owen Rinker. Here it is. Owen, what's up?
Not much. Excited to be here.
What got you into soccer? Why soccer?
I've been playing it my whole life. I don't think there was a defining moment. My dad has coached me since I was tiny. I think my first official game, I was 3. My sister was 5, and I played up. But it's just a beautiful game. I just grew up falling in love with, watching my heroes, Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar. It was a great time to grow up as a kid. I was born in 2004, so I got to see, primetime World Cups, 2010, 2014. Growing up in the Grande, it was a little tough because it's not a big soccer town, but with my grade and class, it kind of flourished into one.
What other sports do you play?
I play soccer, basketball, and baseball.
Soccer, basketball, and baseball. As for soccer, so you've played it since you were 3 years old?
Yes, sir.
That's a long time to be playing a sport.
Heck yeah.
I don't remember, I'm trying to think when I started organized sports, and it wasn't at 3. No way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. I think maybe T-ball was my first sport, and that's probably 5 or 6.
Oh, okay.
So soccer wise, what position do you play?
I play center back, so I'm like a central defender.
Yeah, you're the same position as the EOU guy I just had on my show, Eric Diaz.
Oh yeah.
He's a center back too.
That's awesome.
That's the hub of the defense.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's the main, for people that don't understand, the center back is the farthest guy back on defense, but he's in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So you got, it's the last line of defense and basically the one that kind of controls the back line.
Yeah, I direct the field usually. Center backs have to be pretty vocal.
Yeah. So why'd you pick defense? Why do you like defense?
Well, I actually grew up playing goalie. I was a goalkeeper. And then when I was in 4th or 5th grade, my youth coach, Kobe Young, one practice moved me to center back. And I just fell in love with it. I love that the game is usually always in front of me. I love developing plays out of the back. I get to kind of almost be defensively wise, like a free safety. Everything's in front of me and I get to scan the field. But on the offensive, I'm kind of like a pocket quarterback passer where I get to distribute long balls and, most of our attacks start from the back. But it's nice, and there's no, I also like, bodying kids and, and slide tackling is fun too. But it's just, It's a very calm yet chaotic position.
It's kind of I like to think of it kind of there's this old commercial and it's Maddox and McGuire and
Mm-hmm.
and they're talking about the long ball, the glory position is the striker, the person that scores the goal. But Maddox and I think it's Avery, they're old school pitchers. They're just dude, we're just as important. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's and so when I think about soccer, it's not just the glory positions that are important. There's a lot to it.
For sure, definitely.
Would you rather spend a week in a dark forest by yourself or one night in a real haunted house?
Ooh, probably a week in the forest.
By yourself in a dark forest?
Yeah, conformity a little bit. Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be nice to have the time to think and reflect, and being outside.
What if there was what if there was bears and wolves?
Oof, I don't know. I'd rather take on a bear than a ghost, man. Ghosts are a little spooky. I don't really get down with that.
I spent the night out at Hot Lake one time in high school.
Oh yeah?
Back when it was
really haunted.
It was pretty scary, dude. I ain't gonna lie, but I didn't see anything or hear anything that made me think that there was real ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of noises, a lot of weird stuff, and pigeons everywhere. But it was definitely a long night. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I bet.
A night in anywhere that you think is haunted is a long night.
For sure.
8 hours turn into about 50. Okay, so let's talk about the team. Let's talk about goals. What are your team goals for this year, and what's your personal goals?
Man, obviously, our past coach Sid Ronhell moved to Ontario right before the season started, so that kind of threw us for a loop. But Caleb Brainsbury is our new head coach. We're in great hands. I love Caleb. He helped out my freshman and sophomore year. We played at the same club team growing up. He played for Three Rivers, and I in middle school I got recruited out of Tri-Cities to travel over there and play for them. So we're in great hands. And Eric Montgomery as well. He's a familiar face. He's been with me freshman through senior year. So we're in good hands that way. And right now our big goal is, I think there's two, building a culture. We're building a competitive family culture. It's always nice to turn a new leaf with a new coach. We miss Sid, but it's also nice to have a new start. And Caleb's bringing that on great. We're competitive, and we're friends on and off the field. Me and my teammates. Our big goal is to win the GOL. And I think we're more than capable of doing that. I believe in myself and my teammates. And like my baseball coach Parker McKinley says, positivity breeds success. So that's kind of the vibe at practice. Believing in ourselves, trying to have that eye of the tiger. But starting with league, I don't want to end there. Obviously, every athlete's goal is a state title. But I want to start with win out on our league. Win our game this Saturday against Estacada, and go from there. And I know we can. We have the parts to do it. But individually, game to game, I have my own goals depending on our opponent. After I've gone through the film that I've watched. So I have some game plans for Estacada this weekend, for example. But individually, I'd like to sign somewhere this fall. I've been talking to some colleges, and I hope to make some concrete commitments and play at any level, and hopefully take a little load off my parents for the tuition, maybe hopefully get a scholarship or something like that.
Out of the three sports, what's your favorite?
I don't know if I have a favorite. I mean, it's hard.
Pick one. No, you have to.
It's hard. One. Okay. It's definitely between soccer and baseball, because I think that's because I like.
You can't leave it open. You got to.
Yeah.
Like I'm holding a gun to your head.
It's hard. I'm gonna say soccer.
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
I think strictly for the reason I've played it the longest.
Yeah.
Continuously, I took a break off baseball, but in the spring when we're I'm balling with all my boys on the diamond this spring. My answer will probably be baseball. So it's hard to tell. Both are great programs.
Way more relaxed. You know what I mean? Like,
I get what you're saying.
It's just for me, like, I enjoy baseball so much just because of the tempo.
I understand that tempo for sure. Yeah,
it's mentally the toughest sport.
Oh yeah, heck
but the tempo is like it's handleable. You know what I mean? So it makes that really hard mental stuff a little bit more manageable.
Yeah. It's all about prep stepping in and thinking before the play develops. We work on that a lot of practice and whatnot. So
I've just started to start to understand soccer because I hang out with the EOU soccer teams and I'm trying to learn it better. If there was somebody that you knew, like somebody came up to you and they didn't know anything about soccer, how would you explain the flow of the game to them?
Ooh, I would say I'd emphasize that it's a 360-degree game, which isn't true about a lot of sports. You play forwards, backwards, side to side, all of the above. And it's always fluid. You're always moving. There's, apart from goalkeepers, there's few times where you're stagnant. You're always moving. There's a constant jog. It's called like a soccer run. There's a difference between my sprint form and my jog form. But I'd say it's 11 players trying to move the ball, let the ball work, and it's not always about going forward. With the end goal of developing a play that'll score a goal.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing about taking soccer pictures.
Yeah, I bet.
It's a 360 and there's no reset. Very rarely. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like football, there's downs. You can reposition. Baseball, there's a new batter. But soccer, it's super hard to take pictures of soccer just because the flow of it. Do you like pineapple on pizza?
Oh my gosh! I thought you were going to ask me this.
I ask everybody.
I'm allergic to pineapple, so the answer is no.
Oh, that's not, being allergic to pineapple is not good.
So it made the decision for me. But I think structurally it doesn't. My morals tell me that pineapple does not belong on pizza.
My morals tell me that pineapple doesn't belong warm.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, growing up
cold fruit.
I like it cold. I like it. It tastes good when it's cold, but when it's warm, it becomes like this mushy, not a fan. What's your favorite food?
Probably a good calzone. I love calzones. Yeah.
That's like pizza with a crust on the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, best of both worlds. No pineapple on those.
It's like
either.
A pizza pocket, basically.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so if you had to pick 3 toppings to put in a calzone, what are they?
Ooh, my go-to calzone is like a chicken barbecue. So I have chicken with white sauce and barbecue sauce.
Oh, with white sauce too. What about red onions?
Yeah, I mean, heck yeah,
Yeah,
those are always on it.
yeah, barbecue chicken with the red onions. That's fire.
Pretty darn good.
Yeah. So this is senior year.
Yeah.
Soccer season's over. We're moving into basketball. We got a new coach. What are you looking forward to there?
Man, I mean, it's it's crazy. It's kind of the same situation, having two coaches move my senior year is kind of crazy. But again, Mr. Brooks is a familiar face, and I love him. Grew up with him. Middle school coach, and he's always a big supporter of LHS. Even when he didn't necessarily work there, as a coach, he always supported myself and my family and my teammates. But I'm excited. He brings a lot of intensity, a lot of commitment, and again, a great culture. We're really excited to get to work and bring that fire from practice to the court. But I'm definitely, there's no worries there on like the transition to power. I loved Carollo. He's a great guy. He made I'm a better man and basketball player in more ways than he knows, especially through I had a big hip surgery last year, and he was always kind and let me still feel a part of the team. So I'm going to miss him like crazy. Invite him to all our games. I guarantee he'll be there. But he had his beautiful baby boy, and so that's great. I understand life gets in the way of some things. So,
yeah.
But I'm excited to have Brooks. I'm excited to bring that intensity and that heart and that emotion to the game.
I think the intensity is key. Like I think we needed that. Like the basketball team needed a re-kick. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like it happens. It's nobody's fault. It just happens. That's how sports are.
Yeah.
And then let's just talk real quick about baseball. This last year state championship.
Yes, sir.
What were the emotions like there for you?
Man, it was crazy. We sat down in the beginning of the year. We went to Arizona. Made that awesome trip. I was lucky to be a part of that. And we already had that family dynamic, but last year's team was special. We all grew up playing together. I took a break off baseball, but my first year back was with Jorgie and all the boys. So we sat down our first night in Arizona and talked about what our goal was. And obviously it was everyone wanted the state championship, but we kind of went into more depth, like how are we going to achieve this and what does this season mean? And we kind of realized it's more than baseball. Last year was something we had to prove coming off of my sophomore year's tough loss in the championship, and we knew that we had a great opportunity ahead, and there was not a doubt in my mind that we couldn't achieve our goal with our great coaches and staff, and obviously my teammates are amazing. All 20 guys contributed to the state championship. 1 through 20 we're great batters and fielders. People say 1 through 9, but for us it was 1 through 20, and that's what really pushed us over. But it was crazy, it was awesome that last pitch. I knew it was going to come. I knew Jace pitched one heck of a game, and Devin came in and finished it, and there was no better way to end it than with your senior on the bump. Watching your best friend strike out everybody, and then your senior friend go on the bump and shut it down. It was pretty special.
Yeah, it's we're going to lose 12 seniors.
Yes, sir.
But I was thinking about it the other day. We still got a lot of guys that can throw strikes.
For sure.
In high school baseball, that's one of the most important things.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe not during the regular season, but when you get into those deep playoff runs, you just have to have guys that can throw strikes, get the ball over the plate,
give the defense a chance to make a play. And it's cool. Our program, all 53 of the guys that shot out last year were all practiced or trained, if you will, as pitchers. That's a really cool thing McKinley does. And there's not a doubt in my mind, like you said, that any one of our guys next year can get up and throw strikes and get it done on the bump with our defense behind them.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you rather be stuck on an island for the rest of your life or stuck in the mountains?
Ooh. Like with people or by myself?
By yourself.
Oh gosh, probably mountains.
Mountains?
Yeah, because then I don't have to worry about salt water, right? I could probably find a lake or something.
Okay,
and I'm more used to living in the mountains rather than an island.
In the mountains, you could only take one item with you. What are you taking?
One item, gosh.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
I don't know. I wanted to say those like survival straws, the filtered straw things. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't know if I trust myself to make a weapon with my hands. Like I think I'm fast, but I don't think I could track down something that quick. So maybe like a bow or something. Lightweight that I can make.
I would take some sort of blade.
Yeah.
because you could turn that into like a spear. You could use it
Oh
to help
yeah.
you start a fire. You can use it to skin an animal. I mean,
Oh heck yeah.
but I've also had the opportunity to think about that question, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
On you. Do you have your phone with you?
I do.
Okay, pull it out.
Okay.
What's the last song you listened to?
The last song I listened to, gosh, I think it was. Okay, snap. Sorry, I gotta get to Apple Music. I think it was my pregame song, and I listened to "Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress" by the Hollies.
By the Hollies. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
a big go-to song.
All right, last question, and I'm going to get you out of here.
Got it.
I'm a senior in high school, and I need a place to play soccer. Why should I come play soccer with you guys at LHS?
I mean, every day is a great day to be a Tiger. We have a great program, a great culture. We're here to win games and develop not only as players but great young men. We had a great senior class with 2 captains that are willing to lead, and a great program that's not only going to, you're not only going to benefit, but you're going to help our future generations benefit from. And it's a bright future and a great thing to be a part of.
Awesome. Eastern Oregon, he's LHS senior soccer captain,
Yes, sir.
Owen Rinker. I'm Dodzy Owen. I appreciate you. Thanks, Owen. I appreciate it. None of this is possible without the sponsors. And Hobby Habit and LeGrand, they have everything. Traxxas, RC cars, table games, Legos. Go check them out. 411 First Street, Hobby Habit, just for the fun of it. Eastern Oregon, that's all I got for you. I appreciate you. I'm Dodzy, and I'm out.